Welcome back, guys. I wanted to, from the last time you saw me, I wanted to see some things and also play some games. So let's go back to some the non-played. I checked some things out and I actually am changing a few of these, and some of these I'm just gonna alter. Star Alliance is no, that's not it. Where is it? I just saw you. I did play this Dragon Quest, and for me, it was fun. Paladins, I did play Paladins. It's meh. I don't like Paladins as much as I like Overwatch, and it's another game that Overwatch kind of has. Rage 2, got a chance to play a little bit of that. Not done. It's actually pretty fun. Well, I don't know why people said it's bad. Rage 2 it's not a bad game. I went to friends to play Beat Saber, but I don't consider myself playing Beat Saber. And there's another one on this list that I know that I finally got to play and or have played, just forgot that I played it. Oh yeah, Splatoon 2. I definitely played it. It was fun. It was pretty fun for what I played. I just didn't remember I played it, and then I looked at my Switch memory and was like, oh yeah, I did play this. And then there's the final one, The Crew, if I can find it. The Crew 1. I definitely have played it, and I still have trophies to signify I played it, and I remembered that it's not particularly a good game. Now, continuing on from when I left off. Homefront: The Revolution. It's just not, Homefront was not a good game. Nor is that a good franchise at all. Just cause, which one's that, 2 or 3? I can't even see. Give me a second to try to figure out which Just Cause that is. It is Just Cause 2, and it is a fun game. I am a big fan of the Just Cause series. Lara Croft, the twin stick shooter. Played a little bit of it. Wasn't really the biggest fan of it. It's more of a meh for me. It was just there. DC villains, I'm not a DC fan. I didn't play that. Lego Undercover, I played a little bit of Lego Undercover, and I was not impressed in the slightest. Harry Potter collection, I don't play a lot of these, nor the Lego games. In fact, a lot of these Lego games are automatically going here. Marvel Superheroes 2, I liked these games, the Lego Marvel Superheroes. The one I didn't like was the Marvel Avenger, so I wanted to put this on. It's pretty fun, but Superheroes, the first one, was a lot better. Had more humor and everything that I liked about it, so it's an excellent game. Red Dead Redemption, sorry I skipped a row, but Red Dead Redemption is, in fact, for me, one of the games of the decade. Even from the box art, that game is just boss to me. Limbo is a fantastic game. It is also one of the games of the decade for me. It is something that a lot of people, probably haven't played right now, but if you want to, I would go play that. Mafia 2 is just not good. It wasn't even good back then. It was pretty bad. Medal of Honor is also bad, especially this one. Especially the ones with the tier 1 stuff. Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker. Peace Walker is pretty meh. I liked the game, but after a while I got pretty bored halfway through it, and that's when the story started getting stupid when it comes to adding extra shit. Monster Hunter Rio, fun, but this is a caveat here. You kind of need to know how to claw hands, or you're gonna die. Minecraft. Okay, I was not a Minecraft fan until I played it and had a lot of fun, and it is a game of the decade. I strongly recommend to a lot of people, especially people who's like, I don't like the graphics. It's pretty fun. It's a pretty good game. Just for fucking around with your friends. I don't play Need for Speed, and even then, Now, near the first one. Now, I've played the Xbox one and the PC and the PlayStation 3 one, and off the merit of the fact that I like the PS3 one better, even though it's genuinely the Japanese only one, but there are mods and stuff on the internet. I genuinely like the game a lot. It's just I like the Japanese version, the PlayStation 3 version better. And when I say like mods, I mean like you can find a translation version and an emulator online if you want to. But let's just know you're going to be sitting there for a while downloading everything. No More Heroes 2. No More Heroes, the first one, is an excellent game. No More Heroes 2 is a pretty game. By like halfway through the game, or by like the first 2 levels, I was pretty bored with it, and I almost stopped having fun. Pac-Man DX. I know my brother had this one. I didn't play it as much as he did, but you know, he was better than me at it. Pokemon's Black and White and Black and White 2. I definitely did not play these games because I genuinely stopped caring. Prince of Persia. This one it was pretty good. It was pretty fun. I just don't know why they kind of changed up the Prince of Persia formula how they did, but yeah. Rock Band 3. Rock Band 3, fun game. I actually had fun playing it. Kind of wish they brought some of these games back, but then held the fuck off. Besides making one of these games per year, like a retard. Scott Pilgrim. Scott Pilgrim. It's actually an excellent game. Too bad you can't get it no more due to licensing issues. Like I would say rent or buy or whatever, but fortunately it's no longer on PlayStation Network, or it may be, but last time I've seen it, it's not there, and I can't even buy it or play it no more. Oops. Singularity. I kind of randomly was about to make a list with this game on it, but it's actually a pretty excellent game. It actually has a novel idea and concept, and it was pretty fun. Sonic Colors. Sonic Colors for me was not as good as some of the other games in the titles, so it was still a fun game. It's just after a while I was genuinely like, okay, I would like to play another better game. Splinter Cell Conviction. Excellent game. I actually like playing a game. While I do wish, and I genuinely wish that it had some of the more stealthy mechanics from the old games, like the first 3, I genuinely do like this game. I just don't rate it as high as Part 3, and I'm gonna tell you this now. Part 3 is the best game in the franchise. I'm sorry about that. Split Second is actually a really fun game where you kind of get to alter your surroundings and everything while racing and fucking up other people in the racing. It's I would say it's a meh game, but with friends it's pretty fun. It's pretty fun. StarCraft 2. I actually just got StarCraft 2 on my gaming PC, and I actually can say it's pretty fun, and I can see why it's the king of RTSs. It's a very excellent game. Kinda gonna probably play it now that I thought about it. Oh, Super Hexagon did not play you. Mario Galaxy 2 automatically puts it here as one of the greatest games of the decade. Mario Galaxy 2 took everything from Mario Galaxy 1 and hyped it up to 11, even though they took away the story and stuff, which was dumb. Super Meat the Boy. I've definitely played that game, and that game is an excellent game. No one can say anything else. Vanquish. A lot of people didn't like it, didn't get raving reviews, but did Wildfang like it? It's an excellent game to me, hence why they remastered it. They need to make a sequel. I want to see what happens after. Like, good God, I would like to play what happens after. Please let me play what happens after. All these did not play it. Looks interesting. We Party did not play it. Amnesia Collection. So my sister wants me to play this game, as I would tell her every single time. I can't. I'm too afraid. My heart can't take it. Fun games, yes. Can Wildfang play them? No. Wildfang's such a coward when it comes to playing certain games like this. The Walking Dead. The Walking Dead, the Telltale franchise. The first season is a game of the decade. That's pretty much all I can say. Oh, we get to the Assassin's Creed 2s. Revelations is pretty bad. It is boring, and that's the most I can say about it, because the best it gets is a hook to climb up slightly a foot higher. It doesn't really do anything, and the multiplayer is great, but the game itself is just pretty bland. Assassin's Creed 3 is not good. It literally takes everything wrong with the franchise and it's there. You literally can't do nothing after a certain point. While the gameplay wise, everything is good about it, the story and everything else about the game is super bad. Therefore, the game is just bad. It doesn't make it like, I'd rather play Assassin's Creed Revelations than play 3. Hell, 3 has no point to like naval missions or anything like that. It just, you do this, you do that, and then like, come on, man. I couldn't take it no more. Bastion is a fantastic game and quite possibly one of the games of the decade, but it's just missing something else about it to make me put it there. It was made by the same people who made Transistor or whatever it's called. Therefore, it is an excellent game. Batman Arkham City is a game of the decade. Period. Like, that is the best in the Batman Arkham series. And Asylum, but City is better than Asylum. Origins is bad. Origins was a glitchy, buggy mess from start to finish, and no one can tell me shit because that was just as bad. I did not play Battlefield 3. The Binding of Isaac. Didn't I already put it on this list? Isn't it already here? I swore I already put it somewhere on this list. There's another Binding of Isaac. Well, The Binding of Isaac is an excellent game, and while I didn't play it myself, I did sit on the couch next to a person playing it constantly, and I will damn near say it's one of the greatest games that's ever come out, especially in what it does for everything. Yeah, I did put it here. The Binding of Isaac is right there. It's the same game, I'm just gonna put it there. BioShock Infinite is a great game. Do I like it better than the first one? No. Is it a good game? Yes. Like, it's still fun and everything. I just didn't like it as much as I liked the first two. And the first and the second one wasn't that great. But I still loved that game. It was just fun. Call of Duty Black Ops was okay for when it came out. Kind of fun, but it was more okay considering that it was the game that, it came out post Modern Warfare 2, and again, me getting addicted to nuking people, it was just Tale of Two Brothers or whatever it's called. Nah, I didn't play it. Bulletstorm was a fantastic game, especially when it came out, and like billions and billions of ways to kill people. It was pretty fun, and I just played it on a Switch from my friend's Switch, and I realized this game is still fun. I just wish it had a sequel to follow up on. Child of Eden, did not play it. Modern Warfare 3, I did not like this game. It is definitely a meh. One of the games again that came out post Modern Warfare 2 multiplayer era. It was pretty alright. I just Crusader Kings did not play you. What is this? Crisis. Crisis is a fantastic game, to the point where I genuinely have to put it as one of the games of the decade. Crisis is it's just the best. It's just one of the best games out there. I can't really emphasize everything that you can do in this game. It's always a free form way to take care of encounters. It was always fun and interesting to do so, just like Deus Ex. You know what? Deus Ex is going in the game of the decade too. I had to do it. I'm sorry. I feel like I cheated myself by putting it in the excellent game instead of a game of the decade. I have to. Anything else I need to change up? No, I don't. Crisis 2 was not as fun as the first one. I did not have as much fun, but it was still fun. It just wasn't as fun. Counter-Strike, didn't play it, didn't want to. Darksiders 2, Darksiders went from Zelda to freaking loot dungeon RPG to Dark Souls, and all three of them are excellent games, especially the third one. I actually cannot emphasize how much I love the character arc in the third one, like 110%. I really like the third one. Darksiders is one that, for me, not gonna lie though, I genuinely like the least of, but Darksiders 2 and 3 I like more. It's still good games, all three of them. It's just, Dead Island, no, did not play it. Did not hear great things. Dead Phase 3 to me was just bad, especially what they did to it and everything they added to it. It was just bad to me. I didn't thoroughly enjoy the game at all. Dear Esther, never hear good things. Deus Ex, Human Revolution. I didn't ask for this, okay? I didn't ask for this, okay? No, my bad. I didn't ask for this. It came out of this game. Both of these games, fucking fire. No one can tell me shit. Diablo 3. After recently playing it, after saying I will never play Diablo 3, I have to honestly say it's a fucking good game. I generally had fun playing it. Like, Diablo is actually pretty fun, you know, ever since they fixed it. Oh, DMC Devil May Cry. It's pretty meh. Even after finally playing it, I genuinely wasn't. I liked some of the things and mechanics in it. It just wasn't as, you know, yeah, that story and everything else about it, and some of the reasons you were fighting made the game kind of blah. Dota, never played a Dota. Dragon Age, never played a Dragon Age. Dragon's Dogma. To this day, I still say it's a fun game. But the traveling and every negative with it is so abrupt that it could be a meh game for me. But it's a pretty good game. Never played Driver. Kind of wish I did. Dead Space 2 is actually a fantastic game. It's an excellent game. It improves everything on the first one. Only problem is they focus more on action, less of putting you in tense situations. Duke Nukem Forever. Just heard straight bad things, not doing it. Far Cry 3. One of the best Far Cry games of all time to me, and it deserves to be an excellent game. Hell, the person on the box, Voss, is that guy. Blood Dragon, never played it. Don't know what that. Fez, never will play it. Okay, here the fuck we go. I'm gonna save you two. Never played Forza. Don't know what that is. Never played Faster Than Night. Never played Gone Home. I never played Grim 2, played Guacamelee, never played Guild Wars, Hitman Absolution, Hot Miami, Infamous 2, Journey, Kid Icarus, Killer Instinct, Killzone 3, Derek, LA Noire, didn't play it, heard it was okay. Little Big Planet 3, 2, Lollipop Chainsaw, Luigi's Mansion, didn't play it. Let me go through some of these games. Mark of the Ninja, kinda wanna play it, like, damn. Okay. Papers, Please, did not play it, heard good things. Planet Side, the same thing. Portal 2, didn't play it, heard good things. Rage is not good. Rage was not good. That's not it. Wow, we are almost done with this list. Now, let's go through some of these. A lot of these I did play. Kinda wanna beat you. I did not play you. Didn't play you either. Didn't play you either. Definitely didn't play you. Kinda didn't play you. Didn't play you either. There's a lot of games in this list I didn't play. Jesus Christ. Kinda wish I could erase that. Ooh, shit. Didn't play Plague Tale either. I didn't play the Old Republic. I did play that actually. I just remembered. Didn't play you. Didn't play you. Played you, and you were pretty freaking boring. Now, I didn't play you, but I heard good things. Same thing. Okay. Let me go through the rest of this list of what I didn't play, so I can get this done in order. Ooh. Okay, I see a good couple games on there. This did not come out in. Okay, that doesn't count. I'm gonna leave that down there. That doesn't count. Okay, that definitely doesn't count. Oh ho ho. Oh. Oh. I can't wait to get to some of these games. No, I didn't play you either. Ooh. Ooh. Hee hee. Ooh. Outer Wilds. Outer Wilds didn't play that. Okay. Now, Wild Fang. You're like, oh yeah, no, I'm not playing the Untitled Goose Game. That game is stupid. Where do I begin with the rest of these motherfucking games? The Unfinished Swan is a strange fucking game, and it is a meh game for me because it's just fucking weird. But I'm gonna go ahead and just randomly pick things out of a hat. I played too many fucking games. Spec Ops: The Line is genuinely a good game to me, even though it may not be to a lot of people, but it genuinely shows the head of somebody, especially your protagonist, going through the game and his mental state. It's pretty fucking good, especially the twist. Injustice, one of a good fighting game. Just couldn't get into it. For me, it was still a fun game. I just couldn't find a character. Lex Luthor and Doomsday, but I never really got good at the game. Like NRS games are starting to get harder and harder for me to even get into or to buy at this point. My friend Pedro is fucking bananas, and it is a fun game from Devolver Digital. Like, holy cow, is that game funny. Tetris Effect. Tetris Effect is Tetris. It's pretty good. It's just Tetris though. Steel Battalion. I don't even know what to say. Give me a second. I don't even need to tell you why Steel Battalion is fucking bad, do I? Especially that game. This one right here. It's fucking bad. I don't want to. Darkness 2, while a step down from the first entry of the game, it was still a great game. Still pretty fun to play through and have your powers and all that good stuff. Little Big Planet 3 to me was pretty fun, but I did not enjoy it after like an hour of gameplay and everything like the second one. Second one was a pretty excellent game. It was a pretty excellent game. It's just, you know, you can only do so much with the concept. What else is on? Oh, Skyward Sword. A lot of people don't like Skyward Sword. I think Skyward Sword is an excellent game. I didn't hate it. A lot of people hated it. Don't know why. No one could properly tell me why they don't like the game. They just don't like the game. Volume 2 of The Walking Dead is when it started to kind of go downhill for me. Still pretty fun, but I mean, it wasn't the first one. Sim City, the one that they made later, was just fucking bad. Blasphemous. Blasphemous is an excellent game, especially with their take on the Dark Souls formula, and it is pretty good. I suggest anybody buy and play this game. Disco Elysium is one of, if not a excellent game that could probably represent the year that it came out as one of the greatest, or 2019 as one of the greatest games that has ever been released. I wouldn't be surprised if somebody says that is the greatest game that has ever been released. Greedfall. Greedfall is not good by any standards, but I still had fun with it. I had a lot of fun with Greedfall. Super Mario 3D Land is an excellent game in itself, but the 3D gimmick makes it kind of bad. Aliens Colonial Marine. What? Aliens Colonial Marines is so goddamn bad. It is not even funny. Why did they do this? And why did they expect a good game out of this? Super Mario Maker and Super Mario Maker 2 are excellent games. It's just, when I do I'm not particularly like the biggest fans of these games, and I genuinely consider they're pretty fun. It's just I'm not go out of my way to play these games when I could be playing something like Castlevania Lords of Shadow, Undertale, or Titanfall 2, anything like that. Ghost Recon Future Soldier is one of the greatest Ghost Recon games I've ever played. It is literally an excellent game in its own right. Like, everything you do in the game is just fucking top notch. I especially like the command system, and I like the multiplayer. Need for Speed, played a little bit of it, kind of regret it. Was super bored throughout the game. Not even play the whole game. Medieval is a good remake for what it is. If you're a Medieval fan, great game. What else on here? Enter the Gungeon is a fantastic goddamn game that I suggest people who've never played games like that go play it. I'm not even gonna describe it. I'm just gonna say, go look up Enter the Gungeon. Like, do it. Link's Awakening. I wasn't a big fan of the original, and I wasn't a big fan of the remake, but it was still pretty fun. But I just didn't care. Like, I really did not give the game too much. Cadence of Hyrule was pretty much Crypt of the Necro Dancer, or whatever the hell the game is called, but with the Zelda aesthetic, and that was pretty damn fun to play through, especially with Zelda. Crash Team Racing is a fun remake, especially for the game if you're a fan. The only problem is they had that damn microtransaction system, so it's a pretty fun game though. Moonlighter is not the best game I've played in a franchise like this, but I do recommend it for somebody who can take the game like this, but it's not something that I was particularly interested in after I played like 5 to 10 minutes of it. Some of these games are just, oh my god. Oh god, this game was bad. Okay, these games were bad. MotorStorm, they weren't good. None of them weren't. No MotorStorm was good. Not a single one. Oh, we narrowed the games down a lot a bit, but oh boy. Pause. Oh boy. Okay. What am I gonna do here? Where do I begin with some of these games? Pokemon Sword and Shield. What the fuck? Granted, it does have its problems, the Brexit and everything else that has anything to do with the game. It was pretty fucked up. Is it a fun game? Yes. Is the story good? Yeah, it's pretty damn good, especially with what's happening in the game and the bad guys, the good guys, all that good crap. Is it fucking... Does it have the series gameplay, and is it kind of boring? Yeah, at this point it got super fucking stale, to the point where I honestly should be in the map. You know what? It's in the map pile. It's fucking Pokemon again. It's in the Pokemon. It's a Pokemon again. It is not a fucking bad game, but it is just the same fucking game again for the 90th fucking time. I generally don't care anymore. Journey. What the fuck? Journey is a great game. It is a fantastic game. It's not long, but it is a great game to kind of introduce you to something that is more of an artsy type of game. It's pretty good. Yoshi's Crafted World. Yoshi's Crafted World is actually a pretty good game. It was pretty fun to play through. Would I say it's hard? No. Would I say it causes any challenge? No. It's just a game that looks pretty cute. That's it. Rogue Legacy is a pretty good roguelike game. It's pretty fun, and I suggest people who like games that are roguelikes or roguelike, go ahead and play it. Get to play your descendants every time you die. Pretty funny. Return to Obra Dinn is a very fantastic game, and quite possibly one of the indie games of the decade. It literally, just like with Disco Elysium, subverts your expectations throughout the game, and it's pretty fun, especially with solving some of the mysteries of the game. And it's all in black and green. It looks old. Let's just say it looks old. Human Fall Flat. I've never been so goddamn bored and fun at the same time. So I'm gonna just put Human Fall Flat as fun, but at the same time, it's not a good game. Sinking City. Same as some of these other games. They were not made very well, but I at least had fun playing the damn game. Like Greedfall. Like, I genuinely like these two games, especially Vampire. Hell, I've even told people I like Vampire more than God of War. I genuinely do. I don't like God of War as much. But yeah. I mean God of War 4, sorry. Okay, let's get to the games that matter here. XCOM Enemy Unknown is officially, without any question, a game of the decade. The first XCOM is one of, and the second one, I'm gonna put them next to each other because they deserve it. They are two of the greatest games that has ever come out in the last 10 years. They both represent a passion for gaming and everything that has everything to do with gaming, and they both are just very fucking fun. You know what game that I would put next to these? There's a new game called Other Side, and if Other Side were on the list, it would be here, right next to it. Other Side is a damn good game. Hitman Absolution. I did not like Hitman Absolution like I like the newer Hitman games. Hitman Absolution to me was more meh. From the fact that you can be in disguise and somebody could recognize you, or you have, I don't recognize him. Is he on the force or something? Nah, the game was just fucked up. I didn't like it as much. Like, I genuinely did not. Silent Hill Downpour was okay. It's pretty meh, but it just wasn't it, Chief. I would have preferred something like an older Silent Hill game. I really don't want to talk about it. Rambo is bad. Even with the updates, the game is still kind of a bad rail shooter. It's not even that good. I prefer RoboCop to this day. Kid Icarus is a good rail shooter because you can move around a lot better. It is an actual fun game. I do recommend it for people with 3DSs at this point. Even though, I don't think people will play 3DS anymore. Resident Evil Revelations. It's actually pretty good too. It's pretty fun. Certain parts of it though were pretty dumb, like the story. Certain parts of the story was just really stupid, and it did not need to bounce around the way it bounced around just to end the series. Ghost Recon Breakpoint is fucking terrible. I did not like this game in the slightest. I prefer the game before it, but I did not like Breakpoint. I didn't like the microtransactions. I didn't like anything in Breakpoint at all. Yakuza Kiwami 2. As I previously stated, that the engine that they used for Yakuza 6 was used for this game, and I genuinely hate that fucking engine. The engine of the, I don't know what to call it. I think it's called the Dragon engine, but they use it and it's a ragdoll physics engine. I fucking hate that engine. Is it a good game? Yes, Yakuza is a good. Is it a good engine? Fuck no. It is a fuck awful engine. Especially when somebody can stun like you with bullshit and you can't do shit about it. Nah boo boo. Exactly what the game does every fucking time. Yakuza 4. Yakuza 4 was the first game to introduce the multiple characters, and it is damn good to play as some of these other people. It is an excellent game. Yakuza 5. Yakuza 5 also had the multiple character system, where you had to use multiple characters. It is also an excellent game, except for one, her. I don't know if you can see it, but I didn't want to use Haruka at all, just to play a dancing minigame. Shit was fucking awful. Or just out of place in a game where I punch people in the face. Yakuza Kiwami 1. Use the engine from Yakuza 0, which makes it automatically a excellent game or a game of the decade. Yakuza 0 and Yakuza 1 together equals out of it's just fucking fantastic, and I guarantee, I defy you not to have fun with that nonsense. Dark Souls 1 literally started a generation and introduced everyone to some of the greatest games ever to exist, except for Dark Souls 2. I put it as a game of the decade, along with 3, if 3 is here, if I can find 3, or if I didn't already do it. 1 is an excellent game. Prototype. Now, if this was a separate thing for Prototype 1 and 2, I would put 1 excellent game, 2 kind of fun, but not as fun as the first one. So because of this, I actually have to find a happy medium for these two. I didn't like the second one as much as I loved the first one. I love the first one enough, but I'm gonna have to put these both as a fun game because they both are still fun. It's just as a bundle, I don't like the second one like as much as I like the first one. Second one was pretty stupid and repetitive. Was it still fun? Yeah. The story, didn't like it, not in the slightest. God Eater 2. The God Eater franchise is a healthy replacement for the Monster Hunter franchise. It's just God Eater 2 kind of needed more work, especially porting from the PSP. God Eater 3, on the other hand, did a better job and has a better story and better gameplay than the first two, because it was actually made for modern day consoles and it's still being updated to this day. I do suggest people play it, especially if you don't want to play Monster Hunter anymore. Doom Eternal is still not, Sims 4, Sims 4 is pretty meh. I still honestly like the first Sims because it was so much simpler and easier just to play. Pick up and play and have fun, and your character didn't just fucking age randomly so your characters could die. It's just like, what the fuck? Operation Raccoon City. I remember when it first came out and I said it was going to be bad. Then it came out and it was bad because the people they got to make the game was not a good developer. So this game was deemed as bad. It was fucking terrible. And I was right. Ride to Hell Retribution was one of the worst experiences I've ever played. And in fact, if it's part of this list that I could have made and said worst games of the decade, that would be literally the only game on there. Outer Worlds is an excellent game. Could damn near be a game of the decade, but it is lacking a few things. Like in the graphics department, it is fucking hideous, and the story and everything is pretty fun to play through. My only problem is when you beat the game, it literally starts itself over, and I genuinely did not want to start that shit over without, you guys could have like, hey, do you want to start over? Blah blah blah. No, I just come on, guys. I really don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about some of these games. Catherine is an excellent game. Full body edition. Still an excellent game, but the third Catherine is just like, for me, it was just like, I would never go with the third Catherine, but whatever. I guess people are weird. Borderlands 3. Borderlands 3 is an excellent game. I would say it's a game of the decade, but the story in the game is so bad when it comes to, let's just say, a few characters in this game are fucking terrible. One especially bad character. Oh my god, I don't want to talk about it. But yes, there's a character in this game that's so fucking bad. Therefore, she brings down the fucking story and it makes the game so much worse than what it should be. And then a lot of the jokes weren't really that funny. I played through the game and I really wasn't laughing too hard. But is it an excellent game that rewards you for playing the game and actually, doing a lot of stuff? Yeah. It's still an excellent game. Just the story is just not, it's not there, Chief. Wolf Among Us. I wish I beat it, but I did have fun playing the game. I did say it's a fun game. Rayman Origins, also a fun game. Damn near fun enough to take the spirit and soul of Rayman and make it a platformer. An updated platformer with updated everything. Xenoblade Chronicles was one of the hardest RPGs I've ever played. and it's still one of the hardest RPGs I've ever played, and it's definitely still an excellent game. Bloodstained Ritual of the Night is actually also an excellent game, and actually is a step up from what Symphony of the Night did, and they took everything that good from the Castlevania games, especially the older Castlevania games, and made it into one game with one character, and everything is just fine. Hopefully they make a good sequel. Guacamelee and Guacamelee 2 are actually very excellent games, and I honestly wouldn't change things about them, except the second one. I wouldn't change too much about these games. They're very fun, and they're very Metroidvania. They have a lot of references to all the other games, and they're really fun. Oh shit, here we go. I gotta go through the pool, man. I gotta go through the pool. Knack is bad. I don't even need to tell you why Knack is bad. Knack 2, fucking excellent. At big fucking terrible. Just putting that out there. Hotline Miami. Hotline Miami, the first one, it's very goddamn good. It's a very fun game. It's actually a very good game and everything about it. I do kind of wish I played more of the second one, but I can't really say anything about the second one. I didn't really play it. I did play the first one, and I definitely had my fucking fun with the first one. The shit was so goddamn fun. LA Noire. LA Noire is okay. Is it an excellent game? No. Is it a fantastic game? No. It's still okay. Killzone 3. Killzone 3 to me was slightly a disappointment, but you know what? Killzone 3 was meh. By the time I got to the end of Killzone 3, I was like, I'm over this shit. Fuck it. Saints Row. Saints Row 3. I'm not gonna lie to you people. It's a meh. I didn't even like the game. Not at all. Saints Row 4. I definitely did not like the game. I didn't like what they did with the franchise, especially from a fan of 1 and 2. I did not like 3 and 4. I didn't even like Get Out of Hell from when I saw it, and I just genuinely didn't play those games. Skullgirls. It's an excellent fighting game. It's not one of the best I've ever played in my life, and it genuinely is a fun game with a lot of customizable options, especially for auto fighters and the assists and everything. Like, you can customize the assists. Luigi's Mansion 3 is a, you know what, it's the best Luigi's Mansion that has ever come out in years, and I say easily a game of the decade. Like, I would have to ask you to buy and play that game for you to understand what I'm talking about here. Sonic Generations is one of the best iterations of the Sonic Boost formula, and I genuinely have to say it's an excellent game for going through all of the Sonic games that it went through. It's pretty fun. Samurai Warriors, Samurai Showdown, Spirits in Japan. The new one is like the Street Fighter 4 of the Samurai Showdown games. It is also a very good game, and I like the mechanics of it. I do like how it sticks to his guns, and it was pretty good. Kind of played, which I played more. Kingdom of Amalur Reckoning. To me, it was a pretty fun game, but it had so many goddamn problems from launch to now. And I hope the remastered kind of fixes all of it. Jedi Fallen Order literally took what EA said, and they said you can't make single player games, it doesn't sell anymore, and actually sold a single player. And it was actually really good. And I hope a lot of people have played it by now. But yeah, Darth Vader. Let's just say that. Darth fucking Vader. Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3 is a fantastic game in the Ultimate Alliance franchise. It's just, what I say is better than part 2? No. And it has more lesser known characters a part of it, but it is not as well told as the first 2. And I do like the first 2 a lot better. Killer Instinct. Killer Instinct to me is Xbox version of Street Fighter 5. They both literally started off in the bad pile, but there is a slight difference between Killer Instinct and Street Fighter 5. Street Fighter 5 remains in the bad pile because nothing in that game says Street Fighter to me anymore. It's just a bunch of nonsense and stupid shit. Killer Instinct, on the other hand, added a bunch of characters and added so much shit that it moved past Street Fighter 5 as a game and became an actually good, a fun game. Am I a master of the game? Fuck no. I still to this day can't master the game. But at least the game is more complex and nuanced enough that I'm going, one day I'm going to master the game and I just need people to fight and play it, you know. But still better than Street Fighter 5. They can tell you that. Oh shit. Final Fantasy Realm oh shit. Final Fantasy Realm Reborn it's meh. Final Fantasy 14 altogether is a meh franchise. It doesn't do anything. Literally, it's been the same game for years, and a lot of people who are playing the game is going, well, yeah, man, Final Fantasy is amazing. And I'm going, no, it's the same shit. You haven't done anything new for years. Hell, even Darkwave can tell you that. What is the next on the wheel? Marvel vs. Capcom 3. I did not like Marvel vs. Capcom 3. Was it still fun to play at the time? Yeah, it was still fun, but a dumbed down game from a dumbed down game was just weird to me. Still liked it though, especially that Dirty Street Gang. You know like a fucking Dirty Street Gang. Code Vein is a good take on, or is an anime take on the Dark Souls franchise, and I genuinely say I actually had fun, especially beating the game and going through the multiplayer part of it. I'm gonna have to say it's an excellent game. Mass Effect 3, I did not like the game. Not because of the ending. The whole game, I did not like it. I was not a big fan of Mass Effect 3. I have to say it was pretty meh. So by the time I beat it, and mind you, I played the game twice. I played the game 6 times. I played all the Mass Effects 6 times in a row. Like I played it with the male, the female, good, bad, and then I played it 3 times. And I genuinely can say I wasn't particularly fond of the third one. I still am not fond of the third one. At least it's not as bad as Andromeda. Andromeda was just fucking bad. No one can tell me that game is good. It's not. It's not. Lollipop Chainsaw is a very well underrated game that I platinumed, and I can genuinely say it's pretty fun. It just gets super fucking repetitive after a while. It's pretty fun. Not excellent, just fun. Modern Warfare. The single player of this game is excellent. The multiplayer is a mixed bag, and I genuinely have to put it as the meh category. It's not that great. It's just, they do got one of the better one of the better battle royales. It's just, everything else about the game was just, Story mode was okay, but I'm not gonna say it's an excellent game because of the story mode. Like, come on. Metal Gear Survive is a terrible attempt at a Metal Gear game, and it is really bad. It's like they took the engine and tried to make it into a survival game, and then wondered why people said, no, the game is fucking bad. It's bad because it tried and it couldn't do it. It tried its hardest to do everything it could to be a good Metal Gear game, and it failed miserably because it couldn't do it. It was just like, what the fuck? Where's the Rise of Cybertron? I thought that would be on here, but the Rise and Fall of Cybertron are so great that they both belong to me in excellent games. Especially the Fall of Cybertron, which was very fun to play through, especially on both sides, especially that last mission. Ooh man, that game was great. I don't want to talk about them. Sinner Blacklist, it's not my favorite game in the Splinter Cell. It's actually, to me, one of the low key points in there, and I honestly have to say it's pretty meh for me. I'd rather just go play Part 3 again. Part 3 is still the best one. I wish Part 3 was on the list because it'd be right up here. Monster Hunter Iceborne is literally one of the best selling Capcom games of all time right now, especially with them. and it's also one of the greatest games of the decade. It's still fun, and it's still adding content to this day. Fire Emblem Three Houses is also one of the best Fire Emblem games that's ever come out, and is also one of the games of the decade. I genuinely love this game, and I genuinely love having fun with this game. I could play it 3 times over without even sweating. Skyrim is the same fucking game, just re-released every console. And I am not a Skyrim fan, but I still had fun playing the game at some points, but it gets old really quickly to me, and I just stopped having fun. Star Wars The Force Unleashed 2 was pretty okay. It had some things about it, but I'm not going to say that game was like an excellent game, because it was pretty good, and I did have my fun with it. It's just like it wasn't really made that well, and I wish they did better. I wish there was a third one to kind of follow up. But no, not everything is canon anymore. So, I mean, thanks. Terminator Resistance. Terminator Resistance, actually, I thought it was going to be a bad game, but it's actually a pretty fun game. It's a well-told story and everything. Nice gameplay and everything. It just has bugs in it, and I know it has bugs, but, you know, get over some bugs. It's not a fucking glitchy mess, though. Death Stranding. I'm not going to talk about you right now. Mortal Kombat 9. Mortal Kombat 9 is my favorite out of the 9, 10, 11. It's before the story went all fucking stupid. And I genuinely can say that it is an excellent game. It actually makes more sense and actually sticks to the story. Then 10 and 11 kind of fuck the story over because they don't make no goddamn sense. And I'm not even going to go over them. Trust me, just look up a video. I'm not going to fucking go. Control is a fantastic game. Damn near, you know, Control is one of the games of the decade. To the point where I'm probably going to buy the Ultimate Edition and get the upgrade. Or buy the Ultimate. I don't know. I game flight it. But I'm probably going to buy the Ultimate Edition and have the PS5 version. I really would like to play that game again for the 3rd time. Not even the 3rd time. I'm over exaggerating. I also want to play a Plague's Tale, but I'm going to play that one day. Now we get to the coup de grace. Sonic All-Star Transform, whatever. It's pretty meh. It had nights in it, but other than that, I was thoroughly bored halfway through the game. And I need them to stop making those type of games and stick to something. The Surge 2 is literally one of the greatest Souls-like games I've ever played. It would be a part of the game. You know what? It's a part of the games of the decade for me. It literally took everything that was wrong with the first one and improved upon it in every way, shape, or form, which to me makes it one of the greatest goddamn sequels and one of the greatest second attempts at one of these type of games I have ever played. And I generally thank them for sticking to it and making their game better. Sonic Forces, as much as I kind of like the game, it's fucking terrible. It's not good. It's not good in the slightest. It has good potential, but like realistically, right? If I was to be honest with myself and the world, it's not good. It's pretty fucking bad. Sonic Boom Rise of Lyric is fucking terrible and would be on the list with that as one of the worst games of the fucking generation if I had that on this list, but I'm gonna just leave it at bad. A couple of these games on this list would be worst games of the decade, like genuinely. Sonic Lost World. Sonic Lost World had a good idea, had a good potential. It's just they did not capitalize on it, so they just did not. So I'm going to say it's a fun game, and it was a decent game to play through, and I had fun. It's short and everything, short and sweet, but I wish they capitalized on Sonic Lost World and kind of ran with the idea and built upon it and built upon it and built upon it until they had the perfect Sonic game. But instead, they keep changing the fucking game formula and keep fucking it up. Hence why we got fucking Sonic Boom. God damn, we got Sonic Boom. Sonic Boom. Shit. Gears of War 5, I did not like as much as I like past Gears games. For me, it was a pretty meh. Like throughout the story, I was entertained too much, but Was it better than 4? Yep. 4 is not that great. The multiplayer in 5 though is fucking awful. No one can tell me shit. Was 4 on it? Did I fuck up? No. Gears of War 3. Gears of War 3, I actually can say it is an excellent game. I had fun. I just didn't like the fucking stupid sawed-off shotgun in the multiplayer, but I still had fucking fun playing the game. I just wish, you know, they had regular deathmatch instead of that count from 20 shit, in which every game after had that dumb shit, but whatever. Sleeping Dogs is an excellent goddamn game. It's just marred by a bunch of issues and technical stuff, but I'm pretty sure by this point we'll be patched out. I will play this game again. I have it. I'm gonna see what it does when I play it again. If it doesn't have those glitches and shit, then it is an excellent game and it's pretty fucking fun to play through. Nano Machine, son. Don't fuck with this, Senator. Nano Machine, son. Literally, from the music to the rest of the game, everything about this game is fucking amazing. Look at what we got here. Look at this wonderful spread of good and bad. Resistance 3, I kind of wish got more sales so they could continue the franchise, but it was a fucking excellent game, especially when it came out. It was really fun. Uncharted 3, again, it's not as good as 2, but it is an excellent game. It was a game simply off the virtue of just being fucking good. Well-told story, well-told gameplay, but it did have that fucking awful feature of the bullets coming from the other side of it. It was weird. You'll see. You could even corner shoot in the game, and it was pretty fucking fun. And I decided to take Alan Wake from a fun game to one of the games of the decade, especially going through, you know, remembering a lot of the things about the game, and especially finally playing it myself. It's up there. And then, like, if you think about it, Control and Alan Wake are in the same universe, but I'm gonna have to say I have to change Alan Wake. I have to. Kingdom Hearts, again, for the 100th time. Look, this is Kingdom Hearts, the mix bag for me, and I'm gonna say it's pretty fun. It's just I don't like certain Kingdom Hearts games or aspects of a lot of the Kingdom Hearts. Did I play the 2.5, 0.8, 0.9, 0.10, 0.11, 0.12 games? Yes. Yes, I did, and I genuinely can say, what the fuck? Why did I do this to myself? Max Payne 3. I fucking love Max Payne, and I really wish they came out with a Max Payne 4. I can honestly say that these are one of the part 3 is one of the most excellent games I've ever played. From the story to the gunplay to the multiplayer, I had so much goddamn fun with this game. God, I wish they ooh. Astral Chain is a great fucking game and a surprising game. I thought it was gonna be bad, but I can honestly say it is a game of the decade for me. I genuinely enjoyed playing the game. I genuinely enjoyed the game, and I genuinely had fun. I genuinely played it twice with both the Akiras, because, you know, whatever twin you choose, that's Akira. I think. No, the opposite would be. I played with both the twins, so I played the game twice, and it was pretty fun. It was really fun playing that game twice. And then it had the isms of a platinum game, and it surprised me. Which the next one is good here? Infamous 2. Infamous 2 is also a game of the decade because it did everything right when it came to its story. Yes, it still has some of the bugs like the first one, but not name an open world game that doesn't have bugs and stuff. It was fun, the story was great, and it ended the series right. Hence why I don't like Second Son as much as I like the second one. But this game is still pretty damn good. This list is going to be fucking controversial, isn't it? Resident Evil 6. is a bad game. Period. They tried everything and they failed miserably. Like, Jesus Christ, they failed miserably. Street Fighter vs. Tekken, or Cross Tekken, was also fucking bad, or I'd say meh. They tried with a gym system and it failed miserably. The gameplay failed miserably until they kept updating the damn game to fix it finally. But by this time it was too little too late, and everything about this game was just fucking shallow. Thank God Ono is no longer a part of Capcom. Thank God he can't make shit like this no more. He can't make shit like this no more. Like, why didn't they get him out of Capcom earlier? I would at least play this game over fucking 4 though, or 5, because 5 is fucking bad. It's still bad to me. I like playing 5 sometimes, but like every time I get into it, I'm just like, I don't feel like playing this shit no more. Soul Calibur 5 had one of the best guest characters, but some of the worst gameplay in all the series. It's pretty meh. But it is where Nightmare and I finally combine forces. Not gonna lie to you. Except for he doesn't have a horse. Oh boy. Look at the spread of bad here. 13-2. 13-2 is bad, but it is fucking tolerable bad. I can at least play 13-2 and at least enjoy the music and everything about it. And I don't hate it as much. 13 Lightning Returns is fucking bad. It's just bad. It's so awful. It is one of the worst in the goddamn Final Fantasy franchise. All the 13s are terrible. Don't get me wrong. It's just 13-1 and 13-3 are awful. 13-2 is tolerable, and I'd rather play that game than play this shitty game. Good God, I'd rather play 13. Shenmue 3 was hyped and built up for it to be one of the shittiest games that has ever come out. And it is fucking shitty from the beginning to the end of this game. I couldn't even stomach the game enough to beat it, and I genuinely stopped. I couldn't do it, son. Wolfenstein Youngblood is fucking bad. It's god awful, and I would not recommend my worst enemies to play this goddamn game. I'd rather just go play the other goddamn Wolfenstein, aka Wolfenstein The New Fucking Order, and just play a goddamn game, which is so good. How did they go from good to how did it go from fucking excellent to fucking, where is it, to it's still good, to fucking terrible? Like, how did you do that? What is wrong with that team? Dead Rising 4 is literally the worst Dead Rising of all of them, and it literally fucking, I don't understand how they did that. You want to know how bad the game is? The studio shut down. That made it. They got shut down quick because that game is fucking bad. It's not as good as the first one. It's not as colorful and quaint as the second one. It doesn't even have anything as cool as weapon combining in the third one. It is literally a game where, look, all the protagonists in Dead Rising all had something unique to bring to the table. The first one, you can use any and everything and learn fucking Capcom moves. Second one, you can start combining weapons together and create nonsense, and it was fucking amazing. The third one, oh, you just wanted to combine weapons? How about you combine vehicles? The fourth one, what new does it give you? It gives you mech suits. It gives you this. And then to make it even worse, they got rid of the fucking... I would do a retrospective on all 4 of these games. I'm not even gonna fucking do it right now. And then there's Death Stranding. Now this one I know is gonna be controversial. Do you know why I know it's gonna be controversial? Because Death Stranding, to me, was one of the shittiest games of 2019. Do you know why? Because it's made by... It is literally a pretentious fucking bullshit mess of a game that tries to be more profound than what it is. It's not. It is a bunch of nonsense from beginning to end that doesn't make any logical sense, and it literally says nothing. It doesn't do anything with itself. It literally tries to, and it fails miserably. It is literally one of the worst games on this list. And you want to know something even shittier? this game, 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 this game. What else? This game, this game, this game, and what else is here? This game. What else is here? What else is here? Oh yeah, those games as a unit would all go on the worst games of the fucking decade list if I made one here. All of them would be on that list. Those games specifically, if I made, I should do that, right? You know what? Give me a second. Oh, you thought I was joking? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. What else? 12, 13, 14, 15. What else is there? 16. There you go. That would be the worst games of the fucking decade. I'm sorry. If I put them, worst of the decade. I'm sorry, let me fix that. Worst of the goddamn decade. Right there. I literally put all these games. Look, you know what's funny? I'd rather play Ghost Recon Breakpoint than every single one of these fucking games on this goddamn list right here. Every last one of them literally made me want to fuck some shit up. This game for trying to be cool and edgy but bad, for being too pretentious, for literally shitting on a legacy, for literally shitting on a legacy, for literally shitting on a legacy, for existing, for shitting on a legacy, for shitting on a legacy, for just existing as a third game in an already shitty franchise, for literally taking the first game, which was okay, and making it worse, for shitting on the legacy, for shitting on a legacy, for just being fucking terrible outright, for literally shitting on a legacy, for just being the worst in the Call of Duty franchise, for literally being the worst in the Unity franchise, for literally being the worst in the fucking Batman Arkham franchise, for literally just being a part of a set of shitty games that the developers did not understand was a shitty franchise until way later when they finally stopped making the fucking game. What the fuck? Come on. But I finally figured this massive behemoth of a list. Can anybody guess how many games I've played in my fucking life? This is a lot of goddamn games that I've actually played. Jesus Christ, these are a lot of games. These games I didn't play. I may be lying about one or two of them. I'm not going to tell you which ones I'm lying about, but yeah, because I don't want to cause no shit. But yeah. That being said, this list is done, and we'll move on to the next one.
Every day, every night.